Hey everyone, Adam here again. Finally going to be showing you all the new Gomez Sim Industries dashboard for SimHub that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. But before we actually get into the dashboard itself, there's a couple of things that I want you to go ahead and set up in SimHub. You can do this either before or after you import the dashboard. I recommend doing it before just to get it out of the way and you know it's set. So let's go ahead and take a look at SimHub. What we want to do in the Dash Studio menu, we want to come over here to the USB-D 480 tab, VCore or VOCore, however you pronounce that if you've got it. But since you're probably using a GSI wheel or a USB-D 480 display, come to this tab. Scroll down to the USB-D 480 controls, and where you see trigger dash action A, B, C, and D, you want to come over here and click change, and then you want to assign a button, either a button on the wheel or a button box. Hotkeys from a keyboard, unfortunately, don't quite work very well with SimHub. So use a button on your wheel or a button box if you have it. So you want to go ahead and assign a button. You're just going to click change. You'll get this pop-up, press the button that you want to assign to dash action A, save it, do the same for B, C, and D. Once you've got that done, I recommend you come over to the settings menu and scroll down and do the same thing here. Just assign the same 4 buttons you previously did. This way, if you use the dash as an overlay on an extra monitor or for a stream, you'll be able to cycle through the available properties on this dashboard, and it will keep things simple for you in the long run. Let's go ahead and get SimHub out of the way. Now, this is the new dash, but when you first load it, it's not going to look like this. You're going to have a few more things on here. I've just got the clean display up right now, so we can go through this very quickly. So what we've got here going across the top menu is the timer for remaining in session, track and air temps, your brake and throttle position indicators, position in class. For those of you who race multi-class, this will only give you the position relative to the class you're in. If you're just racing MX5s, obviously you're all in the same class. It's going to give you that position. You will have your lap. This is current lap number that you are on. And those dash actions that we previously assigned, this one right here is dash action delta. And when we push the button that we assigned to that, we get to change to look at IR estimation plus or minus and strength of field for the class that you're in. And you notice that when we changed that, nothing else on the dashboard changed, just that one section of the dash. And you can scroll through it as much as you want throughout the race. You're not going to change anything else. Now, in the center here, we've got your delta to your session best lap gear and your RPM indicator. This was all kind of pretty standard. Across the bottom, you've got fuel remaining in tank, laps left that you can complete based on your lap average and the amount of fuel that is in the tank. Your fuel average per lap is right here. And then we've also got a fuel calculator built into this. This is going to tell you how much you need to refuel to finish that IMSA or ESS hour-long session. It is very accurate. I've used it multiple times over the last few weeks, and not once have I ran out of fuel. Usually finish with about a liter or 2 of fuel left over. Now we're going to get into the really cool part about this dashboard, the thing that I love the most, and Gomez gave me a lot of positive comments about. Right here, you've got your current and your estimated lap in the center of the dash. This is going to turn green for estimated lap if the predicted lap time is quicker than your session best. So if your delta is negative and estimated lap is negative or fast, you're going to see a nice green light here, and you're going to know you're on pace. This is also dash action A right there in the center of the dash. So dash action alpha lets us scroll between our last lap and best lap. Best lap is also color changing, by the way. It will turn green to show your personal best lap, But if your best lap happens to be best overall in the session, it will be purple. That's just a very cool little thing that I like to see, a little confidence boost. Then we can also scroll between relatives. Driver ahead on the left, driver behind on the right, and this is restricted to in class. And you notice that just changed colors. So what both of these do, if that relative gap is going in the proper direction, meaning we're gaining time on the guy in front of us, it's going to turn green. If we lose time on the guy in front of us, it'll turn red, and kind of the inverse for driver behind. Now that will only change colors though if that gap is less than 3 seconds. We can expand that if you want. Just message me in Discord. I will walk you through how to change that. It's just a couple lines of code. In fact, it's even just a couple of digits within the code. And there you go. You can see it just flashing through and changing colors as all the other GTE drivers are going around me while I'm just sitting here parked in the pits. So we'll go back to our default current and estimated lap timers. Now, normally when you first launch up the screen, you're going to see this. Across the top, we've got a widget built in for your in-car settings. And you notice each of those in-car settings have a colored border around them. That border is color-coded to an alert that will pop up on the bottom of the screen each time you change that in-car setting. So you can see it right there. Anything that you change, boom, it's all color-coded. Now, you don't see traction control on the dash right now, but we can scroll to the next page of that, and you can get your traction control, your boost settings if it's a LMP1 car that you're driving. And the third page of this is for our oval friends. We've got your left and right spring sets, Q-tape sets, and your weight jacker so that you know when you pull into the pits, if those are going to be changing, you'll know what they'll be set to. And for the IndyCar guys, we've got your front and rear blades and the weight jacker indicator for that as well. Now, you can also scroll one more time and just turn those settings off completely to help keep the dash clean. But otherwise, by default, those are the first 4 fields you're going to be looking at. Now, on the bottom, we've got your tire temperatures, tire pressures, and then you can turn them off. This is Dash Action Charlie C. That will give you that information. But again, by default, this is what you are going to see. Now, across the top of the dash, I've got a number of flags built in for black flag, yellow flag, blue flag, just kind of the really important ones. There's also some timer alerts that are built into there if you have repair times in the pits, both optional and mandatory. And then every time you or your teammates with the 24 Hours of Daytona coming up this week collect an incident point, it's going to flash red at you and show you the total number of incident points you have accrued during the session. Now, it's not going to be the full screen. It's just going to be across the top. So it's not crazy blinding like that old white flag indicator was. In fact, the white flag is not even on this dashboard. That was just too bright and just too kind of in your face intense. So that's it. That's the dash. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments below what thoughts you have on it, ideas for improvement, or, you know, post in the GSI Discord. Let me know what you think of it. I'm open to more ideas to make some changes to this dashboard. As always, I mean, it's kind of a living thing, and I always just kind of want to continually make it better. So if you do have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. That'll help kind of other people find my SimHub tutorials, and I would greatly appreciate that, and hopefully they will too. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.